Welcome back to the AMP Energy 500 at the world's fastest stock car facility, Talladega SuperSpeedway. This broadcast is available in Spanish by activating your SAP button presented by ESPN Deportes. It usually doesn't take long for action to heat up at Talladega. This weekend was no exception. Back on Friday morning, Dale Earnhardt Jr. had engine woes, which forced him to go to a backup engine. Then in the final practice session on Friday afternoon, he cuts a right rear tire and triggers a multi-car crash, which forces him and 4 others to go to backup cars. Today, Dale Earnhardt Jr. starts his backup car with his backup engine at the back of the field. Let's visit with him. He's our in-race reporter.
Dale Jr., Dale Jarrett with ESPN. You have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Junior, can you give our viewers an idea of just how mentally taxing this 500 miles today is on a driver?
Well, it depends. I mean, if you get up there and you can lead a lot of laps, that's really the place to be for the easiest job mentally. And but if you're in the pack 3 wide, 2 wide, 10th, 5th car in line in these packs, man, it can wear you out. And it's the guy who can still make sharp, sound decisions at the end of the race mentally who's going to be the guy that can improve his position and put himself in position to win.
All right, Junior, our next question comes from our ESPN mailbag, and James in Woburn, Maine would like to know, because you have to start from the back of the pack, what will your strategy be to move to the front?
Well, this is what I look for. I look for the probably the first 15 cars and see how they're racing. If they're getting 3 wide up there, then there's no point in even running up in behind that because I can't go anywhere once I get there. So what I try to do is, normally at the first of the race, by lap 10 or so, it's going to be pretty hairy. Guys are going to be 3 or 4 wide. So there's really no reason to get in the middle of that. So I'll wait for them to settle down, get back to 2x2 racing, and which they normally do the last half of the fuel run. Everybody kind of calms down a little bit. Try to pick my way up through there at that point.
All right, Junior, thanks for talking with us today. Have a great day. And now Andy's going to speak with your crew chief, Tony Ura Jr.
Hey, Tony Jr., Andy Petrie, you got us?
Sure.
Hey, Tony, everybody talks about how the drivers are apprehensive here, and we kind of understand that, but why don't you share with us how hard it is to sit on top of that pit box and watch this thing all day long?
It's probably one of the few races, Andy, that we can just enjoy the race. I mean, Dale Jr. does an awesome job here running, but basically there ain't a whole lot the team can do. We have to do all of our work back in the shop, and the guys have done a great job preparing these cars, but we're locked into so much, we just come down here and basically make sure we keep our fuel strategy straight and make sure we keep good tires on it all day.
Do you have any concerns about the engine in the car after losing that one on Friday?
We just think that was a freak deal. It's, the guys have been checking over all the engines this week, and really that was just kind of an oddball deal. So we're really not worried about that. This is our 500 car, so we're really looking forward to getting this race going.
Okay, Tony, thanks for talking to us, and good luck today.
Thank you, man.
We will take you inside these wild 2 and 3 wide drafts throughout the afternoon with onboard cameras in 9 different cars, 7 of which are chase contenders, including 2 of the top drivers in points, Jimmie Johnson and Carl Edwards. When we return, we'll take a look at the starting grid and explain why Jimmie Johnson should be worried about October's in Talladega after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
He's the biggest threat just because he's so well versed.
Jimmie Johnson takes the win.
Jimmie Johnson has the most momentum right now.
I know that when the 48 gets on a roll, they lay a lot of them down in a row and they're hard to beat.
They always peak late, right at the right time.
If you're going to win the championship in 2008, you're going to have to beat that guy in the 48.
He's won the last 2 championships. He knows how to do this.
It doesn't matter what you did at the beginning of the year. It's what you're doing right now, and he's making it happen right now.
Jimmie Johnson is certainly a threat to win it all again for the 3rd consecutive year. But take note, folks, this fall race at Talladega has been his Achilles heel over the years. Aside from the 2nd place finish here last year, he has had 5 very poor finishes, including 4 DNFs in October. Boy, would that ever shake up the points today. Take a look at our starting grid. Congratulations to 32-year-old Travis Quaffle becoming the third first-time pole winner in 2008. Casey Mears on the outside of row 1. Tip and a half of the DEI boys, qualifying all 4 cars in the top 10. To win here at Talladega, all the pieces of the puzzle must fit together perfectly. To explain, here's Jamie Little.
Well, Doc, one of the major pieces of the puzzle is getting onto pit road here at Talladega safely and effectively. First of all, because you can't see through these new cars very well, it is essential that the guys use their left hand out the window to signal to their competitors they are coming onto pit road. Now, I talked to Matt Kenseth right before he got in the car, and he told me because you're going 200 miles an hour here at Talladega, dropping off turn 4 to come down to pit road, it's essential that you find a spot on the track to mark in your head to say, this is where I need to back off to get down to that 55-mile-per-hour speed limit on pit road. So with that said, he put a piece of tape on his dash that says first slash. He said it's all about taking care. You don't want to lock up your brakes. You don't want to slide your tires. Take care of your equipment. Get in your pit box. Shannon Spake?
Well, Jamie, another piece of that puzzle, the spotters all the way above the track. Very important member of the team here at a restrictor plate race. Now, spotters, they use some tools in order to help them do their job a little bit better at a restrictor plate. Cell phones in order to text message other spotters, binoculars so they can see their drivers on the track, and scanners. Joey Meyer, spotter for the number 1 of Martin Truex Jr., he told me he carries 4 of these so that he can listen to other teams, see how their car is handling in the draft. Now, Meyer also told me, he said, quote, it's my job not to screw up. I can't win the race for my driver, but I can lose it for him. Dave?
Shannon, all up and down pit road and behind the pit boxes, there are pieces to the puzzles that are the race cars. Now, how many puzzles have replacement pieces? These guys do. If they have contact on the racetrack, they will have to put these pieces on and try to get their cars able to keep the minimum speed back on the racetrack. Mike?
Dave, with the draft being as critical as it is here in Talladega, there could be plenty of politicking going on today. Drivers trying to form alliances, looking for a drafting partner that will push them to the front. But as the intensity ratchets up, those deals could merely become verbal contracts made to be broken. As one crew chief told me, deals are simply a fairy tale because no driver, Doc, wants to finish second.